right, but who can resist this?
Okay, Rosanna and Dogpack are being criticized for twisting the narrative in their last video, and rapidly things are getting out of hand. People are getting exposed left and right. MrBeast is being investigated for profiting $23 million from a multitude of crypto scams. It's quickly getting worse for MrBeast and the people defending him. Recently, Keemstar made a video calling out Rosanna and Dogpack on Twitter, and got exposed for knowing the fact that MrBeast knew about Chris Tyson being a creep, yet still kept him around until he was exposed as a professional kid grabber. Keemstar knew MrBeast hired a registered ex-offender, and yet still made a video defending MrBeast. Let's start with Rosanna and Dogpack. After their recent video leaking MrBeast's work chat, a lot of people on Twitter were criticizing them for manipulating the narrative. And even though they're trying to make you think that Rosanna and Dogpack are just a bunch of liars, take a look at this tweet from the most trusted news source on all of Twitter. MrBeast's leaked work chat turned out to be an NSFW meme chat created by Ava Tyson. Rosanna and Dogpack 404 tried to frame it as if they were sharing inappropriate memes in the actual MrBeast work chat. Okay, let's just ignore for a second whether it was an NSFW meme chat or a work chat. My question to you is, does that really make it any better? Chris Tyson shared an explicit picture of a girl, thinking she was 13. It doesn't matter if she turned out to be 18. He thought she was 13 and still shared it in the group. Mind you, a group with MrBeast in it too. People saying it was just Chris are the biggest donkeys. MrBeast is equally liable. Not only that, the amount of other horrible things they were doing in that group chat is mind-blowing. It's crazy to think there are still people trying to do damage control by saying it was just an NSFW meme chat. Anyone who argues it was a meme chat and not a work chat should be looked into by the FBI. 2024 is officially the year of PDF files.
What are those?
Yo, is this person fucking retarded?
So basically, this guy on Twitter, who goes by the name Nicholas Diorio, is arguing that it wasn't a work chat, but actually an NSFW meme chat created by Chris Tyson. All of the messages Rosanna showed in her video, according to him, they were from 2020, when it was still just a meme chat. Then, in July 2021, it was turned into a work chat. And I quote, the introductory message on the date of the Telegram group's creation described it as an NSFW meme chat. And members of the chat clearly stated it was a non-company meme chat in messages that went unreported. He even posted a screenshot of Chris Tyson saying, I created this chat for NSFW memes back in 2019 when this chat was first made. Nicholas also tweeted nearly every single screenshot she released in her coverage of the group chat across both X and YouTube. This is when the chat became MrBeast main, and old members were replaced. This is the entire work chat. So yeah, you lied and doubled down and lied again. Okay, two things before I share my opinion on his take. First, I am not on Rosanna and Dogpack's side or on the side of MrBeast defenders. I'm here to share my opinion, and if you don't like it, feel free to argue in the comments. Second, Nicholas isn't defending Chris Tyson or those leaked messages. He's defending MrBeast and his company. He's claiming he's just pointing out inconsistencies or a false narrative. But in reality, he's trying to disprove Rosanna and Dogpack and, as a result, remove MrBeast from the picture. I'll explain how he's doing that later on in the video. Now, I don't have an issue with Nicholas's take. The evidence I found on Twitter, from the massive mess of tweets on tweets, shows he's pretty accurate about the fact that Chris did create the chat and called it a meme chat, but an old MrBeast employee came out and said he was in that group too. I'll get to his statement in a bit. But first, let me tell you how Nicholas is actually the one manipulating the narrative and trying to throw Chris under the bus to save MrBeast. From most of his tweets over the past 2 days, he's been trying to destroy Rosanna and Dogpack's image by saying it was a meme chat over and over, convincing people that they are just a bunch of liars. By doing that, he's trying to shift the narrative away from the actual CP being shared and other weird stuff with underage fictional characters, and back to, it was just a meme chat. As I said before, even if we consider this as a meme chat, it doesn't change anything. The amount of vile stuff in that group chat makes me sick to my stomach. And here's this clown, trying to get all the attention by repeating, "It was a meme chat." Like I explained in my last video, once their empire starts to crumble, they start attacking irrelevant topics to change the subject. But that won't work on my viewers. Anyways, the former MrBeast employee, Trey Yates, had this to say. It was a work chat. I can tell you that the people on the MrBeast team were never the brightest and sent messages between chats. Work requests were sent in meme chats because Jimmy doesn't think things through. He would send messages to whichever group chat he saw first. Also, he and I were never friends. I was hired to work for him as an employee. So, if I was in those chats, what was the point of me being there? Every single person in those chats was a Beast employee at the time as well. If you were fired or left, suddenly you didn't message those chats anymore. Strange how that works. Okay, if his statement about MrBeast and Chris mixing up work and meme groups is accurate, then that chat group should be considered a work group. Even the clip shared by Nicholas shows Trey Yates' name at the bottom, confirming he was in that chat, and that Chris didn't just add him after it was converted to the so-called work group. Trey Yates was there before it was ever converted, meaning they had actual employees in these chats. Even if I give MrBeast defenders the benefit of the doubt, it still doesn't change the narrative that MrBeast knew and was actively participating in those chats with Chris while creating content targeted towards children. I get it, group chats can get a bit extreme, but sharing CP is not normal and should be investigated. Now, let's talk about Keemstar. On a podcast, Keemstar admitted to knowing that MrBeast knew about Chris Tyson being a creep. That's also proved by leaked group chats as well. And yet, MrBeast still kept him around until Chris got exposed as a professional kid grabber. Keemstar knew MrBeast hired a registered ex-offender, and yet he still made a video defending him.
Here's the actual damning stuff against MrBeast. He's friends with Chris Tyson. He does know that Chris Tyson is a creep. That's the worst thing. The other thing is that he had an employee that worked for him that was a registered ex-offender, right?
Yeah.
Those are bad things. And that is going to stick to MrBeast forever, in my opinion, those relationships.
Keemstar is the most untrustworthy person on YouTube. He's basically a leech. Keemstar also knew Chris Tyson openly supported the artist, who made explicit art of underage characters. And that same artist even made an explicit drawing of Keemstar's daughter. And here's the kicker. MrBeast kept that same artist's art up in his room even after Chris moved out.
And MrBeast even had a Shadman poster hanging up in his house in the living room, like as a centerpiece, and it remained in his house after Ava moved out. You can see it in this video. On top of that, MrBeast was active on the Discord chats where Ava was accused of grooming minors. So did Jimmy know?
He could have taken it down, but I guess he didn't see anything wrong with it. And that just proves my earlier point. MrBeast was in on everything Chris did. He's equally to blame. Fuck work chat or meme chat. They all need to be investigated for the type of disgusting, explicit memes and messages in there. Moving on. MrBeast is also getting investigated for crypto scams worth over $23 million. An investigation into MrBeast's crypto activities and how he profited over $23 million from a multitude of scams, shady deals, and his network. Now, I get how Logan Paul, KSI, and MrBeast are all good buddies. They're all crypto businessmen after all. Anyways, this investigation just started, so there's not a ton of info yet. But I'm waiting for Zach XBT to join in because he's the best at this exact kind of job. And if this investigation leads somewhere, I'm sure CoffeeZilla will make a video on it. If he does, I'll keep you guys updated. So don't forget to subscribe. Anyways, until next time, see ya.